I am the paradigm shift. Normally, I will never in my life ever take off my headphones unless it's something serious that I could do without sound. So I'm gonna do it without sound. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna take you to promo school. I want to take you to a little bit of I want to take you to a little bit of promo school 101. Wrestling is popping right now. I am a wrestling fan, and I said I was gonna break my algorithmic place in the world anyway. So it's like it's what you want from me. You should hit the like and subscribe because now you can get political content. If you fuck with the wrestling content, I'm doing a league. I'm about to set that shit up later today. Try to get a little bit ahead with the create. Anyway, we out here. I'm trying to be a little bit more excitable because if I'm burnt out and this stream and this subs and this and everything go nowhere, at least I gave you something. You know what I mean? Time for promo school. You want to be a WWE superstar. You want to be a professional wrestler. Okay. Here is what I have gathered from my time cutting promos, writing promos, suggesting promos, and doing my own promos for a character that currently does not exist in a promotion. Now, this is going to be outside of your standard. This is going to be outside of your standard, 101. We're going to give you the me 101. Because I feel like you can easily YouTube a lot of promo class 101s and get graded on how well you do. But for me, I want to get a little nitty gritty. Everybody talks about conviction in WWE. Everybody talks about conviction in AEW. No matter which wrestling promotion you showed up for, whether it's a local one that's run out of a garage in somebody's house, or you just happen to have found the high school gym, conviction is not the key component to promos. Believability is not up there. And I want to use suffering succotash as a point of it. You know when shit is written for someone to say. So you can say whatever you gotta say convincingly, and motherfuckers know you put on bangers after bangers after bangers. Ring psychology on thousands. You rolling nat 20s every time they hit your entrance music. You still getting shit written for you. Do not method act this. It is a style that you can use, and I highly suggest for later uses that you go into the method acting portion of it, as Randy Orton did. And then we're going to bring up the Randy Orton thing again, so please remind yourself of that. He did have a nice, really nice way of encapsulating everything I'm going to talk about. The one thing you need in your promos, whether it's scripted, whether it's feeling, is a connection to some point in your life where whatever emotion you feel like those words would give is the natural conclusion of where you've reached in a relationship with somebody. If you are doing the Christian Cage thing, watch this. You're doing the Christian Cage thing. Believability, I know when he's being a heel, he's healing it up. So I believe him as a heel. Conviction, he's got great promo skills and a great voice. So I already know that even if he came out here and said, he literally said, I'm messing with Nick Wayne's mom, I'm fucking his mom, whatever. The conviction part is not, it's a connection to how I would say this if I was getting at somebody or getting at a crowd, or I was getting specifically at some point in time where it's like, you know how I used to say, oh, you fucking my girlfriend? Well, I'm gonna fuck your mom. Well, now I'm fucking your mom. When you connect to where that line, where in human history, your history, you could possibly connect that to somebody or something, you start talking to them instead of the crowd. Now the crowd's interested because they feel like they're getting something that they wouldn't normally get. Why are you choosing to air this out on television? I love, and that's part two, acknowledging the fact that you are doing this publicly. If you want your promo to go over, you acknowledge that it's happening publicly. I could have said this to you in the back. I could have really ran my mouth to you about how much you've been disrespecting me ever since I showed up in this building. But I figure the best way to get at you is to actually prove that you ain't worth shit when it comes time for them cameras to come on. Because this is the world that you present to the world, right? This is the clean cut. This is the clean cut man. This is the clean cut person. You the champ. You the big man. You this, that, and the other. You stand for hustle, loyalty, and respect. Let's see you respect now. Let's see where your loyalty lie now. Conviction and believability are one thing. That connection to acknowledging that you are about to enter beef, real beef, with somebody across from you, and you want to justify people having to pay tickets to pop for your entrance, whether heel or face, tweener or whatever, you must, under all circumstances, acknowledge that it's happening in real time and acknowledge a point in your life that you can connect to. It could be a TV show for all I care. What is the real life reason why somebody would have beef with somebody? Remember when I forgot who the fuck it was. Oh my god, I'm fucking up I'm fucking up my wrestling lore. But remember that feud over hair? Who had the best hair? A shampoo product, like who had the best hair? Tangible in the world where we're still comparing in each other. Everybody used to make fun of me for that. If you going to be giving slop, make gold out of it. Just connect it to some place that belongs in the proper reaction to what the situation is. If you're a jobber, and like that's why I love Akira Tozawa so much. You a jobber and you getting some sort of a little push, and they say you got to go out there and dance. I'm gonna just do it my way. Because people are expecting me to do something, not for the system to have told me to do something, and this is my interpretation of it. No, I'm doing it. Part number 3, you're doing it, not the system. I really like WWE 2K23's like story mode because for once in my life, it really did have the question of in my head, like, yo, what is it when the machine gets behind you? Yo, we're gonna give you this entrance. I've thought myself of being a manager, being able to communicate for somebody who doesn't have the ability to get across words like I do. I'm believable. I'm convincing. I can address these. I know how promos work. I'm clearly doing that now. But how do you sell yourself? By belonging to that class of people who say, I'm doing this. The Undertaker, the dead man, the I rise from the grave. Dog, ain't nobody ever risen from death ever. And you telling me that the one person who rose from death is in a wrestling sports entertainment company? And he shows up week. What does he do the other 6 weeks? Sleeps in his coffin? Why does he want to wrestle so bad? What are his motivations for being the man who's digging souls and digging graves and taking souls? Like, because he's doing it. Vince McMahon isn't sitting there saying, "Hey, you're gonna take the soul of you're not taking the soul of Bobby Lashley tomorrow. You're not taking the soul of Austin Theory tomorrow." Remember, we used to make jokes about it. You're going one-on-one with the Undertaker. Because yeah, why would his motivation be anything other than somebody sent me out here to dig a grave? I'm doing it. Not somebody hired me to be a voice for somebody. No, I have vested interest in this. In the middle of my scripted promos, you will hear me slip out a damn, I can't believe that you really think you have the moral justification to laugh in my face right now. Like I won't beat the shit out of you. See? it gets across the line. My personal take on you laughing? Oh, it's funny to you now? Something funny? I'm funny to you? Tell me how I'm funny to you. Tell me what's so funny about what I'm saying. I'm gonna rob you of everything that defines you. Your title, your championship, your legacy. You literally will have to come out here on the next show and justify why you lost to me. Why you lost to my client. Why you lost to whoever. I know I'm gonna be fine. Because if I wasn't gonna be fine, I wouldn't be standing here. Are you gonna be fine? When you walk out and your waist is empty and you've got nothing to hold up, what do you have at the end? What's your story? Who are you? Why should the machine back you? Matter of fact, why am I having this so doubt in the idea that you could ever lose your championship? Ever lose anything? The fact that I am standing in front of you means you at some point thought of me as a threat. And one way you handle threats in the wrestling business is to out wrestle the other person. So you trying to have a match. The fact that you think you can beat me means there's a small part of you that thinks you could lose. Because legends don't choke. And I don't choke. Which means you gonna have to choke. You gonna have to do everything right. Because if one thing goes wrong, if you wake up on the wrong side of the bed in the morning, if for some strange ass reason your sister calls you and tells you her stomach is hurting, if one piece of your daily routine breaks, I will exploit that. Because you have something to lose. Everything that you've been afforded, I have something to lose as well. My mere existence. Baby, I'm trying to be a ghost. And I think to solidify my justification for being here, I should have something heavy weighing around me. Promo 101. That snap in that mode. I've thought to myself a lot of times, yo, I could never play a face. I could never be a good guy. I don't give good guy vibes. But then again, I thought, no, I give the guy who's fighting for something. I give the guy who's leading a troop through the mud. I could go in that direction. But just like Randy Orton does, sometimes it's just fun to just snap into it. Not being afraid to say, this is who I am. Ladies and gentlemen, that's promo school for you. We gonna get into it another day with like actually talking to another person. Cause as much as I'm saying about you will have the yes and idea of improv, and we're gonna have to go into the nitty gritty of it. Uh, like, subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified. Comment if you like this content. If not, and you don't want to see it on this channel, maybe we'll make another channel. But who cares?